Okay, everyone, we are going to continue working on practice sheets number 6. So number 6 here says solve, simplify, and do not leave improper. So hopefully we know by now that we need to get a common denominator, okay? If you do not have room on the front, just go to the back and solve this on the back. So remember, we start with our denominators, 5 and 3. We list our multiples. Now remember, if you know what the common denominator is, you can skip this step. 3, 6, 9, I don't see any matches yet, 15. So there it is. Okay, so 15 is my denominator. Now we are going to make equivalent fractions. So I would say 5 times what gives me 15? Well, that's 3, so I multiply the top by 3. Now you're going to finish this up. 3 times what gives me 15? Multiply the top by that number and put it here. And your answer will be improper, so make sure that you change it so that it's not improper. And we're going to move on to the next problem. So number 7, hopefully you can tell that's a triangle problem. So I'm not going to do that with you, but it is triangle. Don't forget that. And number 8 says, if 1 pound of ground beef costs $3.82, what will be the cost of 2 pounds? Okay, I'm sorry, it says 2.5 pounds. So you can solve this a couple ways. It gives it in 2.5. So there's a couple ways to do this, at least in my opinion. You could say, okay, well, 1 pound is $3.82 plus another pound is $3.82. And then a half pound, well, if you can figure out what half of that is, then you can add that, and that gives you your total. Okay? Or you can tell we're kind of doing repeated addition there. You can also say 382 times 2 5/10. You can do it that way. Okay? So whichever way you prefer. Okay? Number 9 is an arrow problem. So on the back, number 10, it says write as a decimal. So 3 2/9. So remember, let's go on and put this. 3 decimals. Okay? 2/9. Please don't put 0.29. That is wrong. Don't do that. Okay? Remember, you're going to do 2 divided by 9. Won't go in there. Now do 9 into 20 and go. Whatever you get here, you're going to put over here, and it will repeat, so make sure you use bar notation. Last problem. We're going to do this full one together, okay? So this is a subtraction problem. Guess I'm going to have to do it at the very bottom because it won't scroll any further. So, first of all, common denominator. What is the common denominator between 5 and 9? See, nothing yet. 30, 35, 40, 9, 18, 27, 36, 45. So I already know that's going to be it. 45, okay? So 45 will be my denominator. Once you have that, I'm going to go on and erase it. You don't have to, but I want to write underneath it. Okay, so 45 down. Now I make equivalent fractions. 5 times what gives me 45? 5 times 9. So I do the same to the top, 2 times 9. That's making equivalent fractions. 9 times what is 45? Okay, so now when I go to subtract, hopefully you can tell we will have to regroup. I know I have to regroup because I cannot do 18 minus 25 on the top here, okay? So remember, we borrow or regroup. The 7 becomes a 6. That 1 that I got, I break it into 45 pieces, and I already had 18. So basically, remember, we add these. You probably remember me telling you that. Basically, we're adding these. So 5 plus 8 is 13. Carry the 1. 4 plus 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6. 63. Okay. Minus, this one stays the same. Okay. Now this one, I'm going to let you finish up from this point. Okay. So you are going to subtract 63 minus 25. Actually, I'm going to do this with you. 63 minus 25, right? That becomes 13. That becomes a 5. So we get 38 over 45. Now, what I do know here is this is not a normal number that we work with. It's not our normal multiplication table. It does divide by 2, though, 2 and 19. This does not divide by 2 or 19. Okay, so this will not simplify. Finally, my whole number, 6 minus 2, which is 4.